What if I told you that tomorrow could signal a major shift in the global currency market? A shift that could dramatically affect holders of the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong. Right now, online forums and social media are lighting up with speculation. As talk spreads about the dinar, potentially hitting 4.21 and the dong at 3.04, these figures alone are fueling visions of sudden riches, life-changing financial freedom, and long-awaited payoffs. But while the noise is all about exchange rates, very few people are paying attention to the larger picture, the deep economic changes underway in Iraq and Vietnam. Today, we're going to look beyond the hype, exploring major infrastructure moves and global trade partnerships that could reshape these currencies in ways most people are overlooking. Stay tuned, because what you're about to learn may completely change how you view the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnamese dong. The first thing to recognize is that eye-catching rumors, like 4.21 for the dinar, tend to spread like wildfire online long before any official confirmation ever appears. Investors crave certainty, and the thought of an instant revaluation is intoxicating. But the reality is that currency markets don't move on excitement alone. They're influenced by government policies, global trade balances, investor confidence, and the overall health of a nation's economy. While no one can predict exact rates, we can evaluate the very real structural changes that shape long-term value. And right now, Iraq is undergoing one of the most significant economic transformations in decades. That transformation is the real story behind all the numbers being tossed around. Focusing on these fundamentals offers a clearer picture of what the future may actually hold. One of the most powerful examples is the Al-4 port project in southern Iraq. This is far more than just another construction site. It's an ambitious strategy designed to reposition Iraq in the global economy. Situated in Basra, on the tip of the Arabian Gulf, the project is set to become one of the largest and most advanced ports in the Middle East. Its geographic advantage is enormous, placing Iraq at the intersection of trade routes linking Asia, Europe, and Africa. Analysts project the port could handle tens of millions of tons of cargo annually once completed, creating not only jobs and revenue, but also strengthening Iraq's influence in world trade. Excitement around the dinar isn't just about speculative figures. It's linked to game-changing developments like Al-4. Establishing corridors that connect this port with others in the region could unlock billions in trade and elevate Iraq's currency demand naturally over time. Equally important is Iraq's growing integration into the international financial system. Organizations like the World Trade Organization are watching Iraq's reforms closely as the country works to meet global standards. This isn't just about gaining recognition. It's about creating a safer and more attractive environment for foreign investors. With such protections in place, Iraq gains access to global markets and improves the reliability of its trade systems. Historically, nations that successfully align with these international frameworks experience consistent economic expansion, and that has a direct impact on their currency strength. For the dinar, this suggests that while rumors of sudden revaluation dominate headlines, the true basis of its future value lies in these systemic economic adjustments. Of course, any discussion of Iraq's economy inevitably brings oil to the forefront. With more than 140 billion barrels of proven reserves, Iraq is one of the richest oil nations in the world. Yet oil is just one component of its economic arsenal. The country also has immense natural gas reserves, fertile agricultural land, and a central geographic position bridging Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. Paired with monumental infrastructure projects like Al-4, Iraq is laying the groundwork to attract global investment and expand its role in international trade. This mix of natural wealth, modern infrastructure, and forward-looking reforms sets the stage for long-term currency growth, explaining why global investors are paying such close attention to the dinar right now. Looking east, the Vietnamese Dong offers an excellent case study. Over the past decade, Vietnam has seen rapid growth, driven by its thriving manufacturing sector and heavy inflows of foreign investment. Global corporations have moved production facilities into Vietnam, taking advantage of competitive costs, strong trade deals, and an improving logistics network. As ports, highways, and industrial zones expanded, the Dong strengthened in tandem with the economy. This shows how long-term development, not overnight speculation, underpins real currency appreciation. For investors in the Iraqi dinar, Vietnam's trajectory serves as a living example of how infrastructure and reform can steadily translate into stronger currency value. Another important theme is currency liberalization. For years, the Iraqi dinar has been carefully managed to maintain stability through war, sanctions, and reconstruction. But as Iraq re-enters global markets and integrates with international financial systems, rigid controls become less sustainable. Allowing the dinar to reflect the nation's economic potential is a slow process that requires updated banking systems, regulatory changes, and carefully monitored exchange rate adjustments. These gradual steps create the foundation for genuine and lasting appreciation, much more stable than sudden reevaluations fueled by rumor. It is a controlled path toward growth, one that investors must understand if they want to see beyond the social media frenzy. That SY headlines touting exchange rates like 4.21 for the dinar or 3.04 for the dong can be so misleading. While they spark attention and excitement, they ignore the far deeper drivers of value: infrastructure growth, foreign partnerships, and policy evolution. It's the construction of ports, the signing of trade deals, and the arrival of new international investment that truly matter for a currency's long-term path. For investors and currency enthusiasts, monitoring these tangible developments provides far better insight than chasing every rumor of an official rate. Geopolitical stability is another decisive factor. Across the Middle East, governments are working to diversify their economies away from oil dependence. And Iraq has an opportunity to be at the forefront of this shift. Its abundant resources, strategic location, and improving political landscape. Iraq is attracting more attention from regional and international investors. Stability and cooperation, both domestically and with neighbors, strengthen the case for long-term growth. Every step Iraq takes toward regional integration, from trade corridors to shared infrastructure, signals to investors that its economy is becoming more secure, modern, and investment-ready. These moves also create a reinforcing cycle. Major infrastructure projects like Alpha draw foreign investors. Their involvement stimulates more economic activity, leading to greater demand for local currency. As the dinar is used more in cross-border transactions, its value strengthens gradually. Vietnam went through a similar cycle, where industrial growth and modern infrastructure increased investor confidence and elevated the dong. Iraq has the potential to follow this model, but with its vast oil and gas wealth, the upside could be even more significant. This suggests that the dinar's long-term potential may outpace current expectations. If Iraq continues on its current trajectory, consider just the scale of Al Khor port. Designed to process nearly 100 million tons of cargo per year, it represents a cornerstone of Iraq's future economy. But beyond shipping, the project will fuel growth in logistics, business services, and regional trade networks. The impact ripples outward. Every truck, ship, and company that engages with the port strengthens the economy and, by extension, the demand for dinars. This is how lasting currency strength is built, not by rumor, but by infrastructure that changes the economic landscape permanently. Central banking policy is another piece of the puzzle. As Iraq slowly eases currency controls, the central bank will oversee exchange adjustments and banking reforms to maintain balance. These careful, labile, step-by-step measures are essential to prevent financial shocks, while still letting the dinar reflect real market conditions. For investors, keeping a close eye on central bank updates is crucial. These official signals offer far more reliable guidance than speculative rate predictions circulating online. Meanwhile, international trade agreements and incoming foreign investment provide additional momentum. When global companies enter Iraq or Vietnam, they need local currency to operate, increasing demand organically. Combined with infrastructure growth, this demand becomes a natural driver of appreciation. Watching for announcements of new partnerships, foreign direct investment, or major contracts gives a clearer sense of where these currencies are headed than any viral rumor ever could. Ultimately, while social media chatter focuses heavily on specific exchange rates, it's the broader economic transformation that truly defines the future of currencies like the dinar and dong. Investors who can look past the noise and pay attention to reforms, infrastructure, and partnerships will have the most accurate picture. The lesson here is simple. Sustainable currency appreciation is built on fundamentals. Iraq is now investing in megaprojects, forming strategic international relationships, and reshaping its trade policies. Vietnam provides a proven example of how these steps can lead to long-term gains. By paying attention to these concrete changes, dinar and dong holders can understand the real potential ahead, instead of being misled by hype. Going forward, watch for updates on ALF report, trade agreements, foreign investment flows, and policy shifts. These are the signals that matter. Exchange rate rumors will come and go, but the deep structural changes underway in Iraq and Vietnam are the true foundation for lasting currency strength.